Hi everybody, this is Erica, and I have kind of an interesting off-topic video today. I used AI for therapy, and it was amazingly helpful. I had heard like a year ago that they were going to start using AI therapists, and I thought the idea sounded ridiculous because the premise was that or basically our belief is that AI cannot express empathy. It doesn't understand the nuances of what we're dealing with, that kind of a thing. So it really would never be able to replicate what a therapist could do. And I was feeling particularly down one day about some things, and I just typed in what I was feeling and what was going on, and then I said, what can I do? And then just kind of ended it with what can I do to improve my situation or feel better. And it actually started with the answer saying, I'm sorry you're going through a rough time. And then it kind of went into basically things that you could do. And one of them is like, if you're feeling down, don't try to clean the whole kitchen. Just tell yourself you'll get 3 dishes washed. Or basically make small pivotal steps to improve your situation, to get maybe your environment more orderly, or to just kind of perk yourself up. Call a friend who's someone that you genuinely, the company is something you genuinely enjoy. And then it kind of would keep offering to go down more rabbit holes about, do you want me to talk about, mindset techniques and things like that. And it kept going. And it was surprisingly helpful, where I kind of thought, this is similar to how I'd feel talking to a therapist. It was really trying to figure out what was going on, and then it was offering actionable steps on what I could do to feel better. So I guess my feeling now is that AI therapists are possible. Would it ever fully replace a real therapist? I don't know, but it was more helpful than I thought it would be, because it really actually expressed empathy in the first line. It didn't just go into technical advice. It actually said, I'm sorry that you're going through a hard time, and this is what you can do. Trying to change everything all at once is often too overwhelming a process. So it was an interesting experience. If you've ever not been able to get to your therapist, you're feeling really down, and you are needing to turn somewhere for advice on how to manage a particularly stressful thing or something like that, it can be helpful in a pinch. And I guess maybe AI therapists are going to be the future. I don't know. But it kind of opened my eyes to maybe different medical fields that could be replaced by AI and things like that, because it can kind of go through a database a lot faster than a human can, and can kind of pull information more quickly than a human can. So I do have a therapist that I see for certain struggles that I have with anxiety and depression, but we're in the middle of a snowstorm right now, and seeing a therapist is not a realistic thing at the moment. So I just kind of typed in how I was feeling. I typed in, what can I do to feel better? What are some steps that I can take to change my situation? And it was surprisingly helpful, where you could continue to sort of dig with information on what you could do to help with a mental health, issue. I wouldn't use it in a mental health crisis. I would definitely if you're in a mental health crisis, go to the hospital, or definitely, seek actual professional help. But if you're just feeling down or confused about something, or feeling just kind of like lost or whatever, it's surprisingly helpful. So talk to you later. Bye.